Hi, everybody. You know what I just realized? Hi, everybody. I'm asking Dave to come in and give me my incense burner. I need... Hi, everybody. I'm like, I don't have an incense burner. Welcome to Imbolc. How are you guys tonight? Oh my goodness. Is it snowing where you are? Because a good portion of our planet has been under a layer of blanketed snowfall. Hasn't been happening here in LA, but we all have a little envy about your snow and your chill. So here we are celebrating this majestic holiday, and I have to tell you, one of the things I love, I started Sage Goddess 10 years ago. Sage Goddess is turning 10 in July, and when I started Sage Goddess, very few people talked about Imbolc online. And I've told you the story before, but I'll tell you again. And it's so great to see you guys tonight. Thank you for being here. Imbolc is a lesser holiday in what we call the Wheel of the Year. Okay, and so it's not. We're not turning seasons tonight. Okay, those are called the quarters. I need an incense burner. Inside the cabinet in the hallway, there's a green tray, and on that tray is a white incense burner with a gold lid. Can you bring that to me? Mm-hmm. I know where my incense burner is, I just don't have it right now. I can't keep everything here in my crystal room because my crystal room is actually a really small room. So it's just sometimes it gets a little overwhelming. So I've kind of commandeered the closet out in the hallway. I used to do Sage Goddess from our shop, but since, you know, COVID and things. So anyway.
Is this it?
It is. Now, can you take the top off and see if there's any charcoal in there?
Sure isn't. That would be too easy.
No, but under here.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay, so you go in that cabinet right there. Hi, everybody.
This one?
Nope, this one over here, left side. And then you're going to see a little...
I see it.
Yeah. And then you can pop a few in mine. He's just putting ammo in my gun. Don't worry about this.
Just want to fill it.
Well, okay. That was excellent helping. Thank you. You want to stay and light my fire?
All good.
Good.
Later.
Totally refuse to stay and light my fire. It's fine. No, he's good. I'm really lucky to have help at home. I have multiple sources of fire. Fire is my favorite element. Thank you so much, you guys. I feel cute tonight. I kind of do. I have to say, I feel cute. You know, you like some days you feel cute and some days you don't. I've had so many days during the quarantine when I did not feel cute. So when I do feel cute, I kind of celebrate it. I don't know what we're talking about. Anyway, let me go back to where I was before I got distracted. Yeah, no, he's a Virgo. He's like, no, here you go and bye. I don't always feel cute. One of the things I really admire is women who say they always feel cute, because I'm just like, what? I mean, don't you have a day when you wake up and it's not working? And kind of no matter what you do, it's not working. It's like nothing works. Don't you have those days? So I have those days where no, we're not going to be, you know, it's not happening. So when I do feel cute, I like to celebrate it. I think all women should. So thank you. and on those other days, I see you when you're wearing your pajamas all day long. Mm-hmm. Okay. I've been wearing pajamas for about a year now, and I'm really into it. And I actually thought about designing goddess pajamas, like goddess loungewear. You know, that's like comfortable, but also cute, but also like really moves with you. You guys are awesome. Okay, so anyway, I was talking to you about Imbolc. So when I first started my magical journey, I really didn't know where to go or how to begin. So I found a group and I joined the group, and I was like 17 years old. And I went through almost 2 years of a High Priestess training program. And it was fantastic. I'm glad I did it, and I learned a lot. And I will never forget the High Priestess at the time saying, always remember Imbolc is a lesser holiday, but it is so important. And I'm going to explain to you tonight why Imbolc is, and I know this sounds really crazy, Imbolc is one of my favorite holidays of the whole year. Tonight is so important. I woke up this morning and I laid in bed for just a few minutes. I woke up early and I didn't have to be awake yet. Do you ever have those moments? It's so nice. And I laid in bed and I literally just said, thank you, thank you, thank you for this transition. Because Imbolc is the exact midpoint between winter and spring in the Northern Hemisphere. And there's something for me about going through a global pandemic and also being in the middle of winter that makes it feel like a little bit of the bottom of the barrel. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's cold and we're not making the progress we need to make, and you know what I mean? Like, there's a little bit of like, because I'm a very optimistic person, but sometimes if it's cold and we're in this space and all these things are happening. So I was so grateful this morning just to have a hint of spring. And when I woke up this morning, the first thing I heard after I said thank you to my creator was the birds chirping. And you know, it was really cute because the boys, my husband and my son, had their hair cut this weekend. We have a really great lady who comes and cuts their hair outside, right? Socially distanced and everything. You'll get a kick out of this. I think it's a very Imbolc type of story. So she cut their hair and they forgot to clean it up afterward, of course, right? And so do you know who came and took all the hair away? I actually watched it. The birds came and took all of their hair from where they had their hair cut for their nests. And they were all like kind of gathered around and like watching, and like one by one the birds would come and like take a little bit more of the hair and take a little bit more of the hair and take a little bit more of the hair. And I thought, because I'm kind of a neat freak, so normally I'm out there vacuuming and like cleaning and everything, and I didn't this time. The birds came and took it, you guys. So there's something, the last couple of days have been very sweet, and the last couple of days have reminded me what I'm going to remind you tonight. This is a very important moment. And the tools that we're using tonight kind of honor the duality of this moment. Okay, these candles right here. Because tonight we let go of what was. Truly, once and for all, we let what is not coming with us into the months ahead, right? We let what's not coming with us, we let it rest now. The people, the experiences, the intentions, the hopes, So this candle tonight, we're going to dress it and burn it together. And this one, this is the Cabernet wine colored one, represents what was in the season that's now behind us, right? Because again, we're halfway through winter and spring. And this candle represents what will be, the gold one, what will be. If you don't have these exact tools tonight, what I would love to recommend that you do is go grab 2 candles or 2 tea lights, whatever you've got, okay, out of your collection. Designate one to be what was and designate the other to be what will be. And tonight, because midpoints are holy and sacred, we tend to celebrate, honor, and revere the high holidays, the absolute turn of season, right? Winter solstice, spring equinox, summer solstice, you know, we tend to honor those as being like the high holidays. But these cross-quarter holidays, these midpoints between, are what we call liminal spaces. And I want to teach you this term really quickly because this is important for your learning. So out of the field of anthropology, which I studied quite a bit, you probably did too, comes this term liminal space. And liminal space happens when you're neither in the past nor in the present, or nor in the future. You're neither who you used to be nor who you will become. Imbolc is a liminal holiday. We are not in winter anymore, but we're also not in spring. We're not in the cold and the chill but we're also not in the growth and the expansion. So we're in this kind of in-between place. How many of you feel in between? Because I feel a little in between right now. Imbolc feels a little bit like the days between Christmas Day and New Year's Day. You know, where you're like, what am I supposed to be doing right now? I'm not in this last year, but I'm also not in this new year yet. Like, where are we kind of thing, right? You're in the void. That's a beautiful way of saying it. Angela Moon, 42. You're in this kind of, in limbo is another way of describing it, right? So tonight I want you to find some comfort in this limbo. And here's the big medicine of Imbolc. You ready? And this is why my high priestess, I mean, I'm turning 48 in August, so this was 30 years ago. Why at the time the high priestess I was working with said, treasure this, because it's in the in-between places where you grow, you expand, you learn, you develop, you build, you plan, right? When you're in one place or the other place, you're in those places. There's not a lot of room to move. When you're between those places, there's a fluidity, there's a motion, there's a movement, and a frequency of freedom that you can't find outside of these cross quarters. So the space between summer and fall, the space between fall and winter, right? These cross quarter holidays, I hope, become one of your favorites because they have such incredible energy to them. They really do. So now I'm going to give you a musical representation of that so that because some people learn by listening to people talk. Some people learn by listening to music, to sound, right? So some people wouldn't understand a word I just said, but as soon as I play the chimes, they'll totally get it. And are you in between in your life right now? Are you? What are you in between? My kids are in between, like, do we do school online or do we do school in person? My kids are in between. And I'll tell you something, I never feel sorry for myself because I'm almost 50, I can figure shit out. I feel bad for my 12 and 14-year-old who are like, wait a minute, like, I'm not here and I'm not there. You know what I mean? So am I anywhere? Are you in between? This relationship and that relationship? This intention and that intention? Right? What's your in between? Between beliefs for Sherry Herring, right? I wish you were here in the room. So you could just breathe that in, right? Yeah, so Jessica Hicks just celebrated 15 years at work, but now she's like, what's my next step, right? Do I stay, do I go? Kristen Smith, I have an interview for going back to school for a new career tomorrow. She's not here, she's not there, right? She's all the way in between. So if you believe my high priestess, and she was a very wise being, she described these as the power places, the places where you locate your power. Because it's not defined, you define it in the liminal space. Yeah, Lisa Palomaro says, in between life chapters, right? Yeah, in between big decisions for Autumn Eden, I love that too. In between who I am and who I want to be for Melissa Sanchez, right? I like that too. Losing my husband, finding myself for Melissa Pugh. I see you. Yeah, I see you. And it's okay. It's okay to be in between and not know. When I was young and I was in between, I remember people saying, oh, you better figure that out. Because being in between means, right, no security. And now what I've realized is, I don't think you need to rush to figure it out. Sometimes the real power is living with the question. Where are you now and where are you going? So the two chimes that wanted to come up tonight were fire and earth. Technically, we're between earth and air right now, elementally, but fire and earth wanted to come be with us tonight. So, yeah. Well, that's right, Julie Norris, and I like that. You know, it's like you know where you're going. And one of the things I've learned is, and I maybe this will help you too. I fundamentally trust people's knowing at this point. I really do. I trust that people know who they are, where they are, and why they're there. And even if they say, no, I don't know who I am or why I'm here or where I am or whatever, deep down they do, right? Their conscious mind might not be fully aware of it yet, but there is something in the field and they do know where they are and why they're there, right? Yeah. You know who you are and where you are and why you're there. So once you really trust human sovereignty and you don't question people anymore, that's a big step. I don't have to question who you are or why you're here. That liberates me. That brings me some freedom too. So I've lit some charcoal, thanks to my beloved. And I'm going to burn a little bit of our incense. Our incense tonight has cedar, blue lotus, and suma root, which fires up your sex drive. I'm not responsible for what you do after burning this incense. But cedar is very protective and grounding, so it will balance out that suma. The suma wants to create life, and then blue lotus activates your intuition. So I'm burning a little bit of this for you. Pass a little bit of that smoke your way. Yeah, and blue lotus is so nice. Whether you take it as a tea at night, because blue lotus just softens your central nervous system and tones the vagus nerve. I'm often in awe of the Egyptian pantheon and the Egyptian tradition because they knew how powerful blue lotus was. They were buried with it. And it is. It's an adaptogen. In certain doses, it's a hallucinogen. This isn't enough to take you all the way to Funky Town, but this will definitely soften you and kind of get you ready. And then the other thing we have for you tonight is your Phoenix Fire perfume. And one of the things I really want to encourage you to do, especially if you're not a perfume wearer, right, is in addition to anointing with your perfume, and we anoint by taking it at our third eye, little for what we know, at our wrist for what we do, and then a little bit at our ankles for where we go. But in addition to that, if you pop the lid off of your perfume, this is messy business, so if you don't like to get oily, it's probably not for you. And it takes a little bit of elbow grease sometimes to get the thing off. But if you pop your cap off your perfume, and you put just a little bit onto your charcoal disc, you also can diffuse that as an incense in your space. You see that? And that's heavenly too. So multiple uses for your perfumes. We call that liquid incense. So the way I anoint is threefold. So I anoint my third eye to bless what I know, my wrists to bless what I do, and my ankles to bless where I go. Just a little bit right at my ankle. And the reason is, if you anoint those three places, your third eye, your wrists, and your ankles, you have covered the primary meridians, or what they call chi lines or key lines in your body, that are basically the freeways or highways of energy that run from the top of your head to the soles of your feet. So when you anoint with oils, you're basically at those three places, you're covering all the key chi lines through your arms, all the key chi lines through your legs, and then all the key chi lines that run through your vital organs through to your brain. So it's, in a way, it's kind of a sweet thing. You know what I mean? Like, bless my thoughts, bless my actions, bless my movement. But it's also about activating all of the energy lines, meridians in your body too. Yeah. Whew. Okay, I feel much better. I don't know about you, but that needed to happen. Okay, so tonight we are working with her. And art's very important. I find art very inspirational. One of the reasons why I employ a full-time team of graphic designers at Sage Goddess is to create art for you. And you may be like, well, why do you do that? I do that because art transforms us. Art gives us an image of where we're going tonight. And tonight we are going from a winter goddess who has felt consumed by the darkness, who is now about to rise like the phoenix toward the next evolution of her destiny in the creation phase that's ahead of her. And the phoenix is neither masculine nor feminine, right? The phoenix is a universal energy that we can all connect to. The phoenix is masculine and feminine, right? So I want you to notice her. Have you not felt like her in the recent months? Like you're sitting, you're waiting, you don't know what you're waiting for exactly. And yet, right in front of you, if you would just turn your head, is all the wisdom, guidance, information that you need for your next steps. She just needs to look. And tonight is about the looking, right? Tonight is about, let's turn that gaze and go, oh, I'm supposed to rise from the ashes. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. I'm ready to do that. Are you ready? So tonight we're going to do a little candle dressing. So we have 2 candles. Again, this is for what was and what will be. We're going to put some life everlasting flower on these candles, some mulberry leaf on these candles, and some clear quartz stones. And then we're going to burn the what was candle, light it together, and release what isn't coming forward into the growth season of 2021. And then we're going to light the what will be candle, and we're going to welcome and bless what is coming with us into the season ahead, right? Well, my necklace is being given away. My necklace is 112 carats of citrine. And I'm taking it off tonight, and in the morning I'm mailing it to one person who gets their spring equinox tools. Did you see this today? The Mad Hatter. We're going down the rabbit hole for spring equinox. I'll tell you about that later. But anyway, this is an almost $800 citrine necklace that I'm sending to one of you tomorrow. So good luck if you're getting your Ostara tools today. Okay, now there are 3 stones for you to hold tonight and work with tonight for the season behind us, and 3 stones for you to hold and work with tonight to represent the season ahead. Okay. I'm choosing to work with the, you can do them in whatever order you prefer. I'm choosing to work with the smoky quartz, the garnet, and the fire agate for what is behind and releasing all of that energy. And then I'm choosing to work with the moonstone and the blue topaz and the ice calcite for what is ahead. What's behind, what's ahead. So as we're burning that candle, we're going to work with our what's behind stones. And again, these are stones you could take tomorrow and bury, you know, as an offering back to the earth of releasing the energy from 2020 and everything that's behind you. And then these are stones that you can keep as talismans of the work that lies ahead of you. And maybe even add them to your spring equinox altar when you start to build that too. Okay, so any questions? I love it. So Amelia's working with amethyst and onyx tonight. I like that because onyx could be your what's behind stone, and amethyst could be your what's ahead stone, if you want to do that. So no, it's a great question from Camellia Bean too. I love it when you ask questions because it allows me to give you my perspective. You can burn the whole candle tonight, or what I would recommend that you do is burn them little by little. And every time you feel stuck, because I'm going to tell you something, And no, you don't have to bury them, Randy. You can do whatever you want. That's just I like to give things back to the earth, but you don't have to. You can just, you can set up a releasing altar and put them there. But one of the things I like to think about is, even though we're optimistic tonight and we're feeling good, you may have a time in the next, and before spring equinox, right, over the next 6-8 weeks, when you feel stuck. And I want you to have a candle to go and light. And so if you have that moment between now and March 21st where you're like, I feel stuck again, I still need to release, I'd like you to still have this candle to burn. Or if you have a moment of inspiration, like, oh my God, I think I know what I'm supposed to do in 2021. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I want you to have a candle to burn, which is your what will be candle. Okay? Well, Brandy, you're in the right place, girl. If you want to learn, you are absolutely in the right place. You're going to learn so much tonight. I hope you're excited about that. Okay. What else did I want to tell you? So traditionally, I want to tell you a couple more things about Imbolc, then we're going to start our ceremony. Ready? Here's your background on Imbolc. Imbolc means in the belly. And that's why this holiday is called as much, because right now, all the animals are pregnant. Both my kids were born in the spring. So, and they were 2 years apart. So I was pregnant 2 times at this time of year at Imbolc. And I remember feeling so embodied. I was big and pregnant, right? This was my 7th, 8th month, my 3rd trimester with both my kids. That was a long time ago. My kids are turning 12 and 14. But I still remember being pregnant at Imbolc and just feeling like I'm so in rhythm with nature, right? Like everybody's pregnant right now. The rabbits are pregnant. I used to live where there were a lot of rabbits and bunnies around. They were pregnant and the birds were building their nests and I don't know. I felt pregnant. Everybody was pregnant. I was big and pregnant. They were big and pregnant. So I kind of liked that I had 2 Imbolcs when I was in the belly. But even if you never have the experience of growing something in your own belly, I promise you're growing something in your belly now. It could be a new project, it could be a new relationship, it could be a new job, it could be a new house, a new move. There's probably something in you that's wanting to come up, right? Alana's daughter was born in February, right? My kids are both born in March. I didn't intend that. That's just kind of how it happened. You can totally do this tomorrow night as well. I would not necessarily do this after tomorrow night because you want to do it within 24 hours of the highest peak of the energy, which is tonight. But I think you're totally fine to do this tomorrow night too if you'd like. And look at that. Carmen said her fur babies are spring babies too. Well, I'm going to show you how to dress your candles. Don't be anxious. If you haven't dressed candles before, it is a little messy. I'm going to take my jewelry off, which I normally don't do, but we're about to get dirty. Are you here for it? Yeah, my kids are, we used to call them paycheck babies because they're born on the 15th and 31st of March. Aw, I love that. Well, happy early birthday to all of our Pisces and our Aries. We love you so much. I'm enjoying being in Aquarius season right now because I do adore my Aquarian peeps too. This planet would not be the same without all of you Aquarians doing things just the way you do, so authentically. Okay. So traditionally what would happen on Imbolc is, and you have to think this is primarily a Celtic tradition, right? So it would be the end of the keeping of all of the greens of the holidays in your home. So traditionally tonight or yesterday would have been a day to take all of those winter greens out of your house and to take them and burn them in a ceremonial fire, honoring the goddess, and then to begin the deep spring cleaning of your space, which is about organization and getting your sort of house in order for the growth season ahead. And the smoke from burning all of those pine branches and pine boughs, the smoke of all of that was meant to cleanse and purify and prepare you, body, mind, and spirit, for the season ahead. Okay, so tonight the energy is, if you want to know, let's talk about it. Releasing what's too heavy for you to carry in your life. That's number one. imagining birth. There's nothing more pure than when a baby is born and takes its first breath. I was there twice for that. I've only ever seen my babies born, but I saw them both take their first breath, and I'll never forget it for as long as I live. And there's something so pure about that, you know, of the first time, like, it is an awe-inspiring moment. And that's what this moment is for our planet. This is little animals giving birth and their babies taking their first breath, and humans giving birth and their babies taking their first breath. There's a whole wave of energy that's building right now. So right now, like I said, Imbolc, they're in the belly. They haven't taken that breath yet. They will at spring equinox. And so right now they're still safe in their mama's womb, and they're, right? They're still, you know, being tended by the internal energies, and then soon they'll be out in the world with us. And as a mom, I can tell you, once your babies take that first breath, you're like, you know, when they're in the womb, you can protect them, you can feed them, it's all automatic, they're always safe and warm. When they're out of the womb, it's like, now 2 parts of my heart are out in the world, you know? That's Imbolc. Yeah, I love it. And if you're feeling the need, I've been, when I was really big and pregnant, I was one of those women who was cleaning nonstop. I was nesting. And I've kind of been like that the last couple days, except I know for sure I'm not pregnant because I can't be pregnant anymore, but I'm nesting like a big old pregnant lady. It's funny that you say that. Where's the comment about not wanting to open or not wanting to breathe when you came out? Because my son didn't want to open his eyes. I kept going, come on, Nick, you can open your eyes, sweetheart. You're here. We're so excited to see you. And Nick was like, for like the first hour after he was born, and we're like, come on, Nick, open your eyes, dude. And he was just like, very not Aries of him. Okay. Now, Phoenix Fire perfume, by the way, if you missed it, is available in the shop. This is bergamot, which is for success, white pepper, which is cleansing, spearmint, which brings prosperity and abundance, tangerine, which brings joy, cardamom, which brings desire, and then it's got plumeria absolute in it, which is about expansion and desire and beauty. And so this is a really good pre-spring perfume for releasing and allowing. If you like it, it's you can find it on sagegoddess.com too. Okay. So first I'm going to teach you about your herbs, and we're going to address our candles. Are you ready? Carla's still nesting at 51. That makes me happy, by the way. Okay, so this is white mulberry leaf. What is white mulberry leaf? It's actually very, very sweet. The white mulberry leaf does not bud, does not make flowers until the frosts have passed. White mulberry plants protect themselves. They do not flower until the final frost has passed. So they know when winter's over. And we thought that was the perfect herb for spring, for Imbolc. And then life everlasting flowers are helichrysum, which is used as a tonic, as an oil for anti-aging. It literally does keep you alive and beautiful eternally, but it's also a really powerful connection with the spirit realm. And then you have your clear quartz chipstones. So I'm going to show you how I dress a candle, and you, scooting back a little bit. I'm going to do it on my drum. It's a nice flat surface for us. So the way I do it, you need a little oil because you got to lubricate this a little bit. Otherwise your herbs are just going to fall off. But you don't want to make a mess, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dislodge my mulberry candle first. Since this is my candle for what was, I'm going to pour just a little bit of oil in my hand. And get your hands kind of, you know, in the game here. And then you're going to rub your oil onto your candle. And that's natural beeswax, by the way, so work with that bee medicine tonight. Expansion, fruition, completion, sovereignty. And then, when I have mine in a little copper bowl to catch the remaining of the herbs that as I dress it, so that they fall into there. So first I'm going to dress this one with my white mulberry, and I'm going to ask, as I dress this candle for what was, that I'm guided to release any energies that need to remain in the winter. What is it that I don't need to carry with me into the season ahead? Feels really good. And what you'll notice is the beeswax actually holds the herbs. Isn't that cool? It's pretty, isn't it? By the way, you can like really zhuzh this up if you want, make it super fancy. I'm not doing that with you tonight. Yeah, the perfume is Phoenix Fire, but you can use what you have too. Any essential oil or carrier oil is really good for this tonight. And then I'm going to add some of the Life Everlasting Flower. I'm going to put both of the herbs on both candles, but they're for different reasons. So with this What Was candle, which is, the herbs are hermetically sealed for me. Hold on. I'm such a Leo, I lose my patience. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. Remember that Life Everlasting Flower is about blessings of your youth and your vitality and your energy and of light. And so I'm going to ask that all of my efforts of the past are blessed. My intentions set in the year behind me are blessed. And that they continue to be energized by my ancestors and my spirit guides. May it be so. Ooh, milk thistle's nice. I like that. And then the last thing I'm going to use is my clear quartz chipstones, because I'm going to magnify all of this energy. So you want to open up your clear quartz chipstones. You're not going to need the whole bag. We gave you like a lifetime supply. And if you want to be all Martha Stewart about this, don't do that, by the way. But you could like literally take each chipstone and you could like push it into each cavity, and you know, you could really make this take like 6 hours. I don't do that. So I'm going to take the chipstones in my hand. I'm rolling my candle in my hand, and my intention is to magnify the blessings of what was. And you can imagine, by the way, those of you who have little shops and things like that, making these for customers, like custom wishing candles, blessing candles, intention candles, right? So if you're feeling stuck, let's breathe into that. It all burns down and into the wax. If you notice, I'm not putting that much on. I mean, if you sat here and just bathed this thing in herbs, it would burn a little weirdly, but that's not what I'm doing. This is just enough to dress it. So now what I'm going to do, and I really want to make sure you see this. So I'm taking my jar. You take your candle and you hold the flame to the bottom of it, and you're going to drip, drip, drip into your candle holder, whatever your container is, and then place it in and hold it for just a second, and that way it won't spill out of your container. Okay? And now I'm going to light that candle. And now we're going to dress our other candle. So this will be your what will be candle. We're just preparing these for ceremony, and then I'm going to open our circle. So again, with the white mulberry leaf, this is about recognizing the boundary between winter and spring and being mindful of what can come with you from one season into the next. And so again, as medicine people, we would recognize that mulberry doesn't even allow itself to bloom before the frost is past. So may we plant our crops in perfect time so that they will be safe and grow in the growth season ahead. That's beautiful. And then our life everlasting flowers. May this year bloom in ways that are magical and unanticipated. May you find a new source of passion and vitality. May it find you easily and effortlessly. May you enjoy the process this year of coming to life. Isn't that beautiful? And then again, most of your herbs are going to be left over. Add it to your apothecary, right? You can dress any candle. It's messy, but I'm into it, Marge. This is kind of what I'm all about. Crafting is not clean business, but it's also very rewarding. And then some of the chipstones, again, to magnify our hopes and our dreams and our intentions for the year ahead, for what will be. For what will be. May it be blessed. And then I'm going to light the bottom. And I'm going to drip the wax into my holder. Do you like candle magic? Do you like candle crafting? And then I'm going to light my candle. Okay. I have a little vacuuming to do when we're done, but listen, if there isn't a little cleaning to do when you're done, you didn't really craft. There you go. Now you can see. Isn't that beautiful? I poured a tiny bit of wax on my drum, but it comes right off, so I'm not worried about it. Okay, now there we go. Now you can see my candles. Yeah, so even if you just have two little tea lights with you, or just a little jar candle, you know, it's okay. Spring and go in your kitchen. No, I'll tell you, you got good stuff in your kitchen. You got some dried rosemary. I bet if I came in your kitchen right now, I could do this for you. You've probably got dried rosemary or dried thyme, don't you? You've got some basic cooking herbs. If I could interrogate you, your house, if we could go in and go, let me into your spice cabinet. I could put this together for you, I think. All right, so let's welcome in the guides and the guardians tonight of the 4 cardinal directions to be with us for our Imbolc ceremony. Yeah, that's right. So we want to welcome in the guides and the guardians of the East. Oh, guides and guardians, we are about to turn in your direction at spring equinox. We're so excited to greet you here in the Northern Hemisphere. But in the meantime, we welcome in the guides and the guardians tonight to bring us clarity, to bring us perspective, to bring us an open mind, an open heart tonight. We welcome in the guides and the guardians. That's right. And to the guides and the guardians of the South, we welcome you in tonight with the element of fire. Thank you for teaching us how to tend the fires of our lives and how to create passion and excitement and enthusiasm and how to work with your element of fire for transformation. We're so grateful to the guides and the guardians of the South. We welcome you in. And to the guides and the guardians of the West, we welcome you tonight for emotional cleansing, healing, purification, and release. Right? Letting go of what's behind us, welcoming to us what is coming, what's arriving, and preparing all the while. We welcome in the guides and the guardians of the West. And to the guides and the guardians of the North, thank you for anchoring us, holding us, stabilizing our energy fields, and connecting us across space and time tonight for this beautiful high holiday. And we welcome in and thank the guides and guardians of the North for their steady, sovereign presence as always in our lives. And we welcome them. Woo. And with that, we are ready. Now, we are going to begin our work tonight by releasing what was. It's beautiful, isn't it? And if you don't have any candles, my candles are for you. Just look at, that's why you're here. I mean, that's why I'm here, right? Just gaze at those candles. Those candles are lit for you tonight. And if you have your stones, such potent stones of releasing, grounding, meditating, allowing, right? All of that energy is here in your stones. So, I'm going to drum for you. So have your stones or a talisman that represents the past, all of 2020 and up until tonight, even the first part of 2021. Oh, I love that, Govinda. Thank you for that. She's listening as she walks in the rain. I love that so much. This is my big gong drum. It's a very grounding drum. And the symbol on the front is the fingerprint of creation. It's in your DNA. It's in the plants and the flowers. So tonight we bid farewell to what was. Any energies you're ready to release tonight that need to stay in winter because they can't come with you to the growth phase. Can't come with you. So for me, this is a lot of fear, a lot of unknown energy, right? A lot of expectations. I see you guys tonight. And let's say thank you. Just because we have to let something go doesn't mean it wasn't beautiful. So many things that I've had to let go were beautiful. I'm so grateful for them. I think people have this habit of like rejecting the past, rejecting what they let go. Almost like a coping mechanism, you know? saying thank you to you, it is beautiful too. Thank you. Thank you for teaching me all of these energies. How to be mindful, how to be present, how to be grateful. Yeah, that's right. I see you. Okay. Releasing very carefully what was. And watching that smoke. And giving thanks. For what was shall never be again. Right? And again, if you get stuck and you feel like you're stuck in that past again, that's why I want you to have this candle so that you can go back and light it again and release it again and light it again and release it again. The human experience is not linear, it's cyclical, right? We gotta do something once, then we gotta do it again, then we gotta do it again, then we gotta do it again. Yeah, that's right. And you can release physical pain, you can release physical weight, you can release physical illness and disease, you can release, I mean, there's almost nothing you can't release, right? Yeah, it's beautiful. Woo, you feel it? And you can, there are tools that you can use to sort of back that up, right? You can take your rattle and through the whole field. Right, not all the way through. Keep it moving. Okay, now, part 2. I'm so glad you guys like the drumming. This is the bigger edge. What will be? The what was candle is looking at me like, I got you here, but I can't take you there. So guides and guardians, bless our steps as we take first steps toward the next season. In the north, we welcome energies of spring. Just as in the Southern Hemisphere, you see the waning of summer, don't you? Oh yes. You see the coming of harvest, don't you? Two halves of the whole. So what will be for you? 2021 for me sees new books coming. I don't think my husband's happy about that. When I'm writing, I'm submerged. It's coming. A whole new growth cycle, expansion, creation, abundance. Right? Health, joy, beauty, expansion, sunshine, warmth, creation, fearlessness. That's right. That's awesome, Christina. I love it. Of course, that's what your maracas are for. Okay, girl, you're gonna rattle it right away. I love it so much. Peace, success for Steph. I love it. Business success. Joyful experiences for Kiana. Bumblebee Fern. Growth. Love it. Oh, I like it. Fun too. Love, peace, joy, health, wealth, giving good faith for Angel Man 4. I love that. For Carrie, it's confidence, happiness, joy. Cindy Fox Taylor's getting a new job, girl. I'm into it. Hija de la Metafísica says, take me away. Here you are, girl. I love it. Bookwoman says, health, wealth, and happiness. I'll do it. Creating, energizing, rising out of your body. I love that, Kathy. Thriving business for Jennifer LeBron. Security for Jeannie. Growth for Bonnie. Cindy says dancing. I love it. Avery says healing, love, and prosperity. Travel! I was supposed to be out of the country this year for like 6 weeks. I was out of the country this year for 0 weeks. My passport is dusty. I travel a lot. It's my hobby. So, aho to international travel in 2021. New home with a yard and a garden for Shanna. I love that. New friendships for Jennifer. Starting a business for Jamie Moon. Thankful for all of you. Yes, to travel. Woo! I'm excited to get to see you too, maybe, yeah? That's right. Understanding, patience, peace for Lori. Love it. Pole dancing for Sarai. I'm into it. I'm here for it. I'll do it. It's not my absolute skill set, but I think I can still pull it off. Medical school for Mira. Congratulations, girl. Oh my god. That's huge. Thank you for stepping forward to take care of us. That's right, Melissa. I love it. Oh my god, you haven't been out of the country? Come with me, Tammy. Get in my suitcase. I'll take you everywhere. There's nothing more exciting than leaving your country. There's like my Satch moon says that. Especially if you don't know the language where you're going. It's like, romantic love. I love that, Amelia. Beautiful. Patricia Rios, healthy daily routines. Keep it coming. What's coming for you? Love, health, joy, peace, and abundance. The ability to live freely in a liberated way, aligned with your passion and your purpose, and that being a source of joy for you. Right? Yeah, honestly, beach time sounds good enough for me right now. I like that. Okay. These moments in ceremony are so special. This moment. Right? We're about to send all of these prayers, mine and yours, up to them. And when we release them, our prayers, our intentions, our wishes, however you think of it, we let go of the how, right? We don't micromanage the spirit guides, so we just go, you know what? Say it with me. Are you ready? This is really important. This or something better. At Imbolc. This or something better. your greatest desire or something better. That wish that's been on your heart for 10 years or something better. The relationship of your dreams or something better. You ready? Got goosebumps all over. It's like, woo! What are we sending up? What are we sending up? What are we sending up? Because there's something better. We really only get at best maybe 24 moments like this a year together, where we're absolutely co-creating with this vibrant, vibrating universe, you and me. Those moments are precious. I wouldn't be anywhere else with anyone else right now other than right here with you. Truly. And I'm so grateful to you. Because when we co-create together, when we do this, when I hold space for you, which I absolutely am tonight, and you're holding space for me, the energy we raise is profound. And I'm going to tell you something, and I'm going to try not to cry. I'm really proud of you for still, even in the middle of all we've been through this year, for still having faith and trust and hope and optimism and a little bit of joy in your heart, because you remind me that it's okay for me to have those things too. So thank you for living your example. I'm very thankful for you. You teach me too. I love it. Melissa put the little chick in the egg. We're gonna birth our chicks. It is a little weird to think of my chicks having nests with my kids' hair in it. It's cute, but it's also weird. Is that weird? Anyway, happy Imbolc, everyone. I will tell you, those 2 candles are going on my altar, where they will stay until spring equinox. Now, you have your 3 stones in the set, which is your moonstone for manifestation, your calcite for joy, and your blue topaz for expression and expansion and protection, okay? Before I close the circle for tonight, and thanks you guys, I really see you too. And I mean it when I say it. There's nowhere else on this planet I'd rather be right now than right here with you. These high holidays and lesser holidays, like this one tonight with you, are the highlights of my year. And they're precious, so thank you for taking time for you and letting me hold the space. It's a big deal. Okay, I want you to make 3 specific wishes tonight, and I don't need to know what they are. You're welcome to post them in the feed. I'm going to make 3 wishes tonight on these stones of what will be. So I'm going to take just a moment. I wanted to do it in the moment with you, okay? You take a moment, and then when you're done, blow your breath across them, okay? Oh, Sherelle, you made my night. What a cutie pie you are. What a sweet comment. Julie Molinari, I see you too. I really do. But we are holding the space for you. And you know what, Julie Molinari, you're holding the space for us too. Sophina's looking for her daughter's health. I love that. You're very welcome. Thank you for being here tonight. You guys mean the world to us. You really do. All of us at Team SG. Melissa's cat just came and kind of sniffed her tears a little bit. That's sweet. When you make these 3 wishes come true, I've told you this before, you're also going to be making all of our wishes come true too. Every time someone makes a dream come true or manifests what they desire, we should all celebrate because it raises the vibration of our planet. So when I go to bed at night, my number one wish is I want you to be successful and healthy and happy and prosperous, because the minute you are, your vibration increases and then everyone around you shifts. And then they raise their vibration and everyone around them shifts, and they raise their vibration and everyone around them shifts. So my constant wish is that you have everything that you want, need, and desire, because then your frequency will be higher and the rest of us will have that constant source of support. It's really, really beautiful. It's a whole different mindset. And I shared my wishes with you, so I hope you felt them. And then keep these 3 crystals close to you. These, like I said, I'm going to bury mine tomorrow because this is what I'm letting go from 2020 and early winter. And then these are what's coming ahead, so I'm going to put these on my little tray right here so I don't forget them. You don't have to bury these. You can put them back on your healing tray. There's lots of different, you can use them however you want. But sometimes it's nice to give something back to the earth, just to say goodbye, especially if it's been hard for you, you know? Aho to that. So let's thank and release those guides and guardians who've been holding the corners for us tonight. Thanks so much, you guys. I see you. I really do. This or something better, man. I'll hold the space. So we always release the guardians we welcomed last. So we ended with Earth. So we're going to thank and release the guides and the guardians of the North, the Earth element. Thank you for anchoring us, holding us, helping us to stay tethered and present in this moment, helping us to move through winter with grace in these final weeks. We thank you and release you with gratitude. And to the guides and the guardians of the West, thank you for helping us process and release and allow and surrender and attract all living energies of the West. We're so grateful to you. We release you with gratitude. And to the guides and the guardians of the South, thank you for, again, playfulness, courage, curiosity, power, strength, transformation in the South, all of the fiery kind of energies. And thank you for allowing us to work with that fire element tonight to help us say goodbye and also welcome in the energies of what was and what will be. We release you with gratitude. And to the guides and the guardians of the East, thank you for this new doorway, this new opening, as we here in the Northern Hemisphere get ready for spring, and our beloveds in the Southern Hemisphere. And there's so many of you in Australia, New Zealand, and all around, right? We love you so much. So you guys are getting ready to welcome the darker half. Just the faintest edge of it is coming to you now, but you're starting to feel it, aren't you, in Oz and in New Zealand? I think you are. So thank you. Whether you're on the northern side or the southern side, you're with us tonight and we see you. That's right. And with that, I think this is our 8th or 9th Imbolc together. Can you believe it? Sage Goddess turns 10 this year. I'm starting to realize the length of time. So I try to bring it in a new way and make it exciting each year, so it's not just the same old thing, because, you know, some of you have been with me for the whole decade, which is insane and awesome. So I have a few things to announce to you tonight before I release you. What a wonderful ceremony. I'm so glad you were here. So there's a lot happening at Sage Goddess right now. The first thing you should do is make sure you have liked and subscribed to this channel. And I'm telling you that because I'm doing live interviews as part of our online Tucson Gem Show this week. And you don't want to miss those. I did one today with Jose from Brazil, which I think you guys enjoyed. I loved it, but he's one of my favorite people on the planet. And then I'm interviewing my friend Momo from Bali, my friend Diego from Mexico, my friend George, who imports from Madagascar, and then my friend Shram, who's in the north of India, right near the Pakistani border. I'm interviewing him on Sunday, so make sure you've RSVP'd to our event page And Team SG, if you'd be so kind as to put the link in the feed for the Tucson Gem Show event page, I would super appreciate it. Was it fun? Did you like it? I'm so glad. I'm loving it. Well, you know, we normally would be in Tucson. I normally do Imbolc Ritual from Tucson every year, and I have for all these years, but we're not in Tucson this year. So we're bringing it to you in our own unique way. No, home protection is coming by the end of this week, so stay tuned for that. That's coming. Oh, I'm so glad. And thank you for that, Kaz. It's very, very sweet. And thank you, Anila. It was wonderful to have you here tonight. Okay, so that's the first thing I want to tell you. The second thing I want to tell you is that my necklace is coming off my neck and going in the mail tomorrow. So one person who gets your Ostara set for spring equinox. So some of you said, oh, I didn't have the tools for tonight. How do I get those? The tools for our next gathering on March 21st are live on our website tonight, but they are 2/3 of the way sold out. The code you want to use is Gem Sale or Gem Show 19. Gem Show 19 takes 19% off. And this is your set. So you get your Down the Rabbit Hole grid. You get your Do Not Disturb sign because we're going down the rabbit hole together. You get your White Rabbit candle. You get your Mushroom Magic perfume and your White Rabbit grid with Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. And then you get a free gift today of a Trollite sphere as our little gift with purchase to you. But if you purchase by midnight, one of you is going to win my more than 100 carat citrine necklace I've been wearing all night. So I'm going to take it off of my neck and send it to you. That's exciting. Then we have a brand new Tucson listing tonight, Vanadenite. Did you see that at sagegoddess.com? So we're doing Tucson Twilight listings. I haven't even had a chance to talk about them yet, but by the time I talk about them tomorrow, they might be gone. Vanadenite is a stone that helps you overcome obstacles. And we have the crystals in the shop tonight. So don't forget your code. It's GEMSHOW19 for 19% off. And I think that's everything I have to tell you. Well, thank you for appreciating the set. Keep in mind, I had very few of the sets. I didn't even have enough of the sets for all of my students to get one if they wanted one. So no pressure at all. If you aren't shopping for a set, that's totally okay. But I wanted to make sure you knew that it was last call because they're 2/3 gone now. And we can't make more because we don't have any more of the selenite. We don't have any more of the oils. We don't have any more of the ruby, sapphires, and emeralds. We only had enough for the set. So if you would like your spring equinox tools, they are on sagegoddess.com. And that's your code. All right, Alexis, did I forget anything? Is Hannah with me too? Thanks you guys for being here with me. I really appreciate it. Claire might be here too. Isn't the art amazing? I take no credit. This is my graphic design team. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to show you the selenite. I took all the stones off of it. And by the way, did you see that you get 30 carats of rubies, sapphires, and emeralds in that kit? Like, you could take the sapphire from that kit and have a ring made. Like, a really serious sapphire ring made. That's in your kit. And the same goes with the emerald, and the same goes with the ruby. Like, these are no joke stones. So, you're getting some pretty great stones. But is this the cutest little rabbit you ever saw? Isn't it cute? He wants to take you down his hole, and you know what? We're doing it next month, so you better get ready for me in the rabbit hole. I'm gonna take you somewhere good. All right, you guys, thank you for being here tonight. We really appreciate you. So tomorrow, Dave and I will be sitting right here with our Tucson edition of the Sage Goddess online gem sale from 3 to 6 p.m. So I'm sure Team SG has put up a link, or will put up a link for you to join us tomorrow. Wednesday, I am taking the day off to finish my book proposals. But then Thursday, I'm back with you live and with interviews. Friday, back with you live with interviews. Saturday, Sunday. And the only other thing I want to tell you is, I don't really have a way to show you this. If you join my Crystal Masters online crystal healing class, or Soul Shift, but Crystal Masters is more affordable, On Thursday night, they are getting a 1 to 2 hour private tour of my crystal collection. I've never done this before. So if you go to sagegoddess.com/classes and you join Crystal Masters, it's $30. And that's going to get you access to our private Facebook group where I am doing this behind the scenes tour, telling all the stories of all the Tucsons and where this one came from and that one came from. So if you're curious about that, make sure you sign up for classes like tonight. That way we can get you into the Facebook group tomorrow, and then you won't miss a minute of the action this month. So that is sagegoddess.com/classes. Okay, normally I don't have all these announcements, but tonight I had a lot for you. And if you're already in the classes, I can't wait to show you my collection. I've never done that before, so I'm really excited. I've actually been going back through all my pieces and been like, I can't wait to tell them about that, about that, about that. So stay tuned. And by the way, Crystal Masters and Soul Shift, you guys both have giveaways, Tucson giveaways tomorrow that are going to knock your socks off. So make sure you're in your Facebook groups starting around 11 a.m. tomorrow. That's when I'll be going live with your giveaways. And I've been saving up these giveaways for a long time. I'll give you a hint. One of those groups is getting a huge purple labradorite giveaway tomorrow. So I'll see you tomorrow in Crystal Masters and Soul Shift. And thank you for being here today.